Mm. Okay. Now this one shouldn't take anyone by surprise because this recently just happened. And I don't think I'm even going to take long to introduce who this is. Only one person knows who I am talking about, well, who I'm about to bring up because, he helps me with the videos. But as a GM, it is your duty to make sure you do all the right things for your team. Whether it's a sign, a draft, whether it comes to a coach, somebody's contract, you have to make sure that you dot your I's and cross your T's. Make sure you do your homework. Make sure you know what decision you're making, and make sure you talk to others before you make that decision, because anything could cost you your job, just like anything can help you keep your job. Anything can make you cost it. There is one guy in the NFL who made one of the most retarded moves, one of the most questionable moves I've ever seen. I don't want to say retarded. One of the most questionable moves I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand what this guy was thinking. If you don't know who this guy is, then you didn't watch the draft on Thursday. And you didn't hear me announce it on CTC. I do apologize for what I said. But it was a terrible move. Terry, the GM for the Atlanta Falcons, at the end, number 8 pick, what was going through your head when you decided that at the number 8 spot that you were going to draft quarterback Michael Penix out of the University of Washington? This was after you just signed Kirk Cousins to what is pretty much $100 million guaranteed contract this offseason. So I get it. Kirk Cousins is coming off an Achilles injury. It's very serious. So you're going to pay him $100 million guaranteed over the next 4 years, and have your first overall pick at number 8, not number 22, not 28, not 31. You're going to have him sit on the bench for 4 years. So if he was going to sit on the bench for 4 years, why didn't you just wait until the second round to draft him? Maybe because the Raiders or the Broncos were also going to try to draft him, or the Vikings, maybe. Well, no, the Vikings had already took JJ McCarthy. But you were going to. I don't know. It just didn't make sense. I'm still scratching my head about that pick because, yes, we know the Falcons needed a quarterback because they haven't had one since pretty much Matt Ryan left, and who has now retired. So shout out to Matt Ryan. Had a pretty good, great career. He believes he's a Hall of Famer. That's a conversation for another day. Not here to talk about that on this show. Just here to talk about what you did, Terry. So the last time I remember a quarterback sitting on the bench for a few seasons was what, Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. But last time I checked, Aaron Rodgers was passed over. He was like pick 22, somewhere around that. He wasn't a top 10 pick. Brett Favre was still there. And the only reason why Brett Favre was still there is because he kept retiring and coming back and retiring and coming back. And plus, he was loved in Green Bay. That was also something that a lot of people questioned at that time. Brett Favre was not the guy to train his heir apparent. That's just not what he was there to do. But you could have drafted a receiver. Could have drafted someone. Could have been a corner. Could have been a D tackle. Could have been an offensive lineman. Could have been anybody. And if you don't trust Kirk Cousins' injury, then why did you give him the contract? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If he didn't, then I don't know. I'm utterly confused at what it is that you did. So at this moment, and probably for the foreseeable future, Terry, you, my guy, are the newest member of the doghouse.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
All right.